Welcome back to the channel. Why do some economies grow fast while others struggle? How can a country increase its GDP and create more jobs? Today, we'll break down the Harrod-Dummer model, one of the most famous economic growth theories, in the simplest way possible. Stay till the end for real-life examples and practical insights. This model was developed by two economists, Sir Roy Harrod from the UK and F.Z. Dummer from the US in the 1930s and 1940s. They wanted to answer a big question: what drives long-term economic growth? Their conclusion? Investment and savings play a key role. The more a country invests in capital like factories, roads, and technology, the faster it grows. Now, don't worry, we'll break this down step by step. The Harrod-Dummer model is based on a simple formula. Here's what it means: G equals economic growth rate, S equals savings rate, that is how much people save and invest, K equals capital output ratio, which means how efficiently investment turns into output. Simply put, the more people save and invest, and the more efficiently capital is used, the faster the economy grows. Let's apply this model to real-world scenarios. In the 2000s, India's economy grew rapidly due to high savings and investments in infrastructure, and manufacturing. The Harrod-Dummer model explains this growth as high investment leading to higher output. After World War II, Japan invested heavily in industries like automobiles and electronics. With high savings rates and efficient use of capital, Japan became an economic powerhouse. On the other hand, countries like Zimbabwe have struggled with growth due to low savings rates and inefficient capital use. Even if investment happens, without efficiency, growth is slow. While the Harrod-Dummer model helps us understand growth, it has some limitations. Ignores innovation technology. The model assumes that technology remains constant, but in reality, new innovations drive growth. Assumes fixed capital output ratio. It assumes that a certain level of investment always leads to the same level of output, which is not always true. Doesn't consider consumer demand. Growth also depends on what people need and buy, not just investment. Despite these limitations, the Harrod-Dummer model remains a foundational concept in understanding economic growth. So, what have we learned today? Investment and savings drive economic growth. Efficient use of capital is crucial for development. Real-world examples like India, Japan, and Zimbabwe show how this model applies. The model has limitations but remains important for economic studies. Now that you understand the Harrod-Dummer model, do you think savings and investment alone can guarantee growth? Or do we need more? Comment below. Like, share, subscribe to Educashi for more insights.